What is going on, everyone? It's your boy 3MG. We are back with another video. Now I have some more NBA Live 19 news. In this particular video, we're going to be talking about the new icon system that pretty much revolves around your character creation. Now they went super in depth. You remember NBA Live 18, you was able to, pick a specific character build and just kind of like add attributes to it as you was progressing in the league in the streets. Wasn't that much in depth. Everybody had similar traits, similar character traits, and similar builds. In this case, they went for a more authentic feel, and everything is pretty much customizable. Now we're gonna go in depth here. I got a lot to read, and then we're gonna break it down. I'm gonna skip over to the parts of the article where they're actually talking about the whole icon system, and then we're gonna go ahead and break it down. With NBA Live 19, the icon system was created with the intention of providing gamers with wider strategy options and providing more meaningful depth in the game's most marked and customizable mode. Now it says a fully customizable experience. NBA Live 19, you can change your game up to model some of the greatest who have ever touched the hardwood floor by incorporating their skills, abilities, personalities, and of current and retired stars. If you want to lead your teammate like Magic Johnson, you can. Also says, say you want to make the other team suffer after a turnover, get on a fast break like Russell Westbrook, you can. Want to be more of a dominant paint presence, you can. Just add some of the elements of former defensive player of the year, Mutombo's game to your own, and become a menace down low. With the new system icon, all of this is possible. So pretty much, you'll be able to create your own player, fully customizable from the top down, especially with their attributes, all their, abilities that's equipped with whatever player build you choose, but you'll also be given certain perks and abilities to, sort of mimic some of the greats to ever touch the hardwood floor. So for example, if I want to have a presence or a defensive presence like, LeBron James, or maybe his offense in terms of just dominating the paint, you can. But of course, you have to understand that you have to have a specific player build that kind of mimics his size. Now I'm going to read the general player progression path. It says NBA Live 19, you'll progress down icon paths that give you unique abilities, upgrade, skill boosts, and even exclusive gear associated with that icon. Let's break down the progression path of developing your player. You have the icon system. You have the trait system. The trait system includes new traits, approximately 10 with 3 tier levels each, better ways to level up and upgrade traits. You have the skill system, which is better balance and swappable icon skills. You have signature ability systems, 3 unique decision points for upgrading your signature ability. You also have swap your signature ability on the fly by switching your icon. To be specific, when you're in game and you're about to go up against another squad, online, now you'll be able to switch your signature ability on the fly. You don't have to go all the way back to the main menu, but of course there's so much depth now that depending on who you're going up against, you can say, wait a minute, let me see this person's stat. Let me see who he's trying to mimic. I bet. And you can go ahead and then swap yours on the fly to maybe compete with this person. Now I'm gonna go ahead and read the icon system terminology. It says, in addition, each icon contains the below, which adds extra individuality. Icon ability, exclusive gameplay boost that can only be experienced equipping the icon. For example, Magic Johnson gives teammates a shooting boost when he passes to them. So if you want that ability, you would have to equip the Magic Johnson, pretty much the icon ability. Also understand, you have to have a player build that's very similar to his trait. You have icon skills, a particular skill that is only available within a play style by equipping the icon. For example, Russell Westbrook is the only slasher with a dunk skill path. So understand, depending on your customized character, your player build, you would be able to actually equip a Russell Westbrook icon. You have icon boost, rating boosts which are specific to an icon. For example, Dirk Nowitzki gets post move boost, but other stretch fours do not. Icon unlocks, animation, gear, and boosts that are only unlocked by playing with an icon. So for example, depending on the player icon you're trying to mimic and you're pretty much inspired by, you'll be able to unlock specific gear and abilities that pertain to that specific icon. Now, say you have, a Russell Westbrook build, and maybe similar builds to that nature. Anything you unlock using his icon can only work to that icon, which makes a lot of sense because, people would try to be on some cheesy shit, trying to make it look super OP. Now you have icon path. This is a leveling path that includes all upgrades and unlockable items. You have icon ability upgrades. It says found on the icon path. These are 3 decisions to signify how you want to upgrade your icon ability. Very similar to the actual trait, the character trait and the attribute trait that you would see from NBA Live 18. But in this case, now you have different paths that you could take these attributes. Now you no longer have to just continue to upgrading all the way to 88 or to 99. You can now choose, do I want to become just a regular force down in the paint? Or do I want to be, a dominant presence in the paint, but also be a stretch four in the sense where I can go ahead and shoot some threes? Or do I want to become a Russell Westbrook build where I just want to dunk? Do I want to be an offensive player, a defensive player? So depending on how you maneuver your icons and all these abilities in the paths, you can actually make some unique characters. It may sound confusing, and I'm gonna show you guys some of the screenshots here, but understand it's a very simple system, but it works to everyone's advantage because not everyone can have very similar traits, or you won't really encounter everyone with similar traits, especially when you have your mentality meter, which is something entirely new added to NBA Live, which pretty much takes away the hot meter. When you get hot on the court, you got the little red line, you start taking all them banging ass shots, you start making everything. Pretty much, depending on the player you are, if you're playing regular NBA teams, depending on those players, or if you're playing with your created player, it would only pretty much boost their overall abilities. Like say I'm a passer, I'm a fast break, it'll probably give me a boost in the sense where I'll be able to, actually throw better passes, perform better dribble moves. Or if I'm someone who's dunking in the paint, it'll give me a boost in which I can probably posterize someone. That's how the mentality meter works. So I actually like that better than just having, being on fire, because pretty much that's kind of OP, and not everyone should be able to get on fire depending on what they do. Now this is traits and skills. I told you guys there's a lot that they're adding into this character customization. Now here it says traits and skills have largely stayed in the game, stemming from 5 playstyle skills and hero skills, and 3 traits, and here they are. 2 primary skills, which have the highest skill caps at 95, 3 secondary skills, which have the lower skill cap at 86, 1 hero skill, which has an intermediate skill cap at 88, 3 trait slots, which contains traits that can be swapped out before and after games. It says, what does all this mean? Let me go ahead and read this paragraph for you guys. It says, so let's put this all into context and take an example from the game. It says, if we take a look at the slasher playstyle, you'll notice 2 different icon abilities highlighted by the skill set of popular players. For slashers, you could choose between the beast Russell Westbrook, the answer Allen Iverson, and the spark, in which it says here we can't really spoil the game, but you can begin by choosing your icon ability, then take a look at the skill and boost. It says for Russell Westbrook, you'll get a dunk icon skill, several boosts that affect both sides of the ball, and even physical boosts touching on the speed and stamina. So if you decide to pick a Russell Westbrook skill boost or his icon, you'll be able to mimic these abilities. It says you get special ability that enhances your speed and finishing at the rim after a change of possession. Now it says, now let's run through some of the same progression for Allen Iverson. By playing with the answer, you'll get a chance to see increases in your ability to beat defenders off the dribble, which probably means you're going to be breaking ankles like crazy, make tough to hit step backs, and also a higher finishing rating. Where Westbrook had a dunk icon skill, AI's skill stems around his steal ability. That leads to unique personal skill boosts in other categories on both sides of the ball. So once again, depending on the character or the player build that you decide to choose, or how you create your character, you want to make sure that if you are a fan of a specific player or whatever position you want to play with your friends throughout this whole season, you want to make sure that you can mimic the right person. So make sure that before you start creating your build, really break down who would you like to mimic on the court. Remember, you can have your own unique animations, dribble moves, sham guys, all that good shit, but you also have the ability to mimic some of the greats. Again, you're going to be seeing all these screenshots. There's not that many, but I'm going to be going through them as I'm speaking in this video. Now, I'm going to be honest, that's all I can pretty much say. I can't go you see, I already went too much in depth with how the character customization is going to be, but there's more icons, and I can't really say too much. As the game progresses, as the year comes, the upcoming months, I will disclose more information to you guys. But right now, I can't really be saying too much of what the other icons are. Just understand there are a lot of different customization options for you to choose from when creating your build. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This is awesome to me because a lot of people wanted more in-depth customization. Of course, no one wants to be the exact same as 2K, but at the same time, at least some in-depth when it comes down to your player build. Let me not forget to mention they're adding a bunch more hairstyles, a bunch more tattoos, more uniqueness for your character build. And I like the fact that last year they brought some of the trendy hairstyles, and they're going to continue on with that and more. Hopefully we see some unique gear, if you know what I'm talking about. But yes, we're going to see tons of more content added to the character creation. But it's your boy 3MG. God bless everyone. I'm out of here. Peace.